Do you guys remember that one plot hole in Dragon Ball? You don't? Well, I'm here to remind you. Not too long ago, I watched all of Dragon Ball Z. And y'all know that random feeling y'all get when y'all just bored and feel like there's nothing to do. Sometimes you can just go back and rewatch some of your favorite anime. And that's exactly what I did. Dragon Ball Kai is the best way to watch it, by the way. Now, Dragon Ball was so engaging where the story arcs felt amazing. The Saiyan Saga, Frieza Saga, to the Cell Saga. All of those were planned out and it shows. No technique or transformation felt out of place at all. But it was up until we first saw this green lollipop that fell on the carpet that Dragon Ball started to be written on a whim. By the way, I'm not saying that the Buu Saga was bad by any means. I like Dragon Ball all the way through, but this plot hole comes from the time spent in the hyperbolic time chamber in comparison to the events happening outside of it. Y'all remember how the hyperbolic time chamber works, right? It's a dimension with a time dilation which causes one day outside the chamber to be expanded into 1 year inside. This means you could leave your friend on Earth for 2 days, go inside, and come out looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime. Just to put it in perspective, 5 seconds on Earth is about 30 minutes in the hyperbolic time chamber. When Gotenks is fighting Buu for however long in a time chamber, when Piccolo thinks there is no chance of winning, he pulls out his last resort and destroys the exit to the chamber, planning to stay trapped in there for eternity. I don't know about y'all, but if I'm Gotenks in this situation, Piccolo is getting laid out. He's going to have to catch the quickest fade ever. Simple. Now, although that was crazy, I don't blame Piccolo for thinking that was the only way to stop Buu, and it probably was. If Buu didn't rage like some kid getting smacked in a COD lobby, he screams and just tears a rift. Bro just creates a portal and leaves. But this is when I knew Dragon Ball was done. I mean, like, this is wild. Like, the things Buu would do after that, I don't think we'll ever get a villain as ruthless as this guy. But here is where the plot hole happens. The moment Buu exits, he stands in front of the Z Fighter's presence for longer than 5 seconds, which means more than 30 minutes would have had to pass in the hyperbolic time chamber. So then how come when we pan back to Piccolo and Gotenks, the fusion dance is still in effect? They haven't defused. Now, I'm not sure if right here Toriyama's brain just farted, cause it happens, but I don't think there is an explanation. Unless we look back at the time Piccolo destroyed the door. Now, this is something to think about, and I'd like to hear y'all opinion in the comments. But when Piccolo destroyed the gate between Earth and the hyperbolic time chamber dimension, is it possible that time itself ceased to exist? Like, nothing happens after that. Like, the concept of time literally ceases to exist. That would be just one explanation, but if not, then I wouldn't see how this makes sense. Now, let's say you wanted to believe that Goten and Trunks for some reason refused or something. Buu was out there for a good 2 minutes. That means Goten and Trunks would have had to refuse about 36 different times and transform back into a Super Saiyan state that many more times as well. We all know Dragon Ball for some reason has trouble with the way it expresses time. I mean, shoot, during the fight between Goku and Frieza, Planet Namek was supposed to explode in 5 minutes. But man, I would have been able to get my college degree, obtain my dream job, and have a family, and Goku would have still been looking for that spaceship. Now, this plot hole isn't something that bothers me whatsoever. If anything, I think this is just something we should laugh at. This arc was enjoyable, and I just found it funny how random this plot hole was. And I hope y'all found it funny with me too. Thanks for watching, God bless, and peace.